On Tuesday, May 25th, several groups concerned with improving methods of transportation in Maine met in the Merrill Auditorium Rehearsal Hall.
My name is Hillary Frankel. I'm the organizer with the League of Young Voters and the coordinator for the Maine Alliance for Sustainable Transportation, otherwise known as MAST. The mission of the League is ultimately to make politics relevant and accessible and fun to the lives of young people. And the mission of MAST is to make sure that all Mainers have access to affordable, reliable, and sustainable transportation options. So at the forum today called We Can Get There From Here, we have a number of panelists who are experts representing different modes of sustainable transportation. Allison Vogt is the Executive Director of the Bicycle Coalition of Maine, and she's here talking about the benefits of cycling.
We are a statewide member-based advocacy organization working to make Maine a better place to bicycle. We're here tonight to share what progress we've made in making Maine more bike-friendly over the recent past, and to learn from the other modes of sustainable transportation like rail, walking, and carpool and vanpool, what's going on in their world so that we can better work together for a more sustainable Maine.
Gary Higginbottom is here with the Maine Rail Transit Coalition, talking about the benefits of rail.
It's an opportunity for especially the generation of relatively younger adults in the greater Portland area and throughout southern Maine to really become empowered, knowing that they can have an impact on where transportation goes. Transportation issues have been largely determined by people in transportation departments and agencies and funding sources, and people basically think they're on the receiving end of whatever those people decide is the best transportation mode. A lot of people don't think that that result over the past 20 years has been favorable. This group is looking at alternatives, and there's enough people in this room who have enthusiasm and energy that they can make some impact to change the way we spend money on transportation. To say we can't afford mass transit in terms of better bus, rail, and pedestrian-oriented for health reasons as well as economic really doesn't hold up. Probably what we can't afford is what we're spending the money on now. So it's not an affordability issue, it's an issue of deploying our money differently.
Jamie Parker is with Portland Trails, talking about the benefits of walking.
And if we're going to invest in infrastructure, I think a big part of it should be recognizing the routes that people are already using. We all love big, sexy infrastructure projects, but I think some of the simpler things can be where we'll be most effective. And the more we can create, obviously, true mixed-use communities where there are places to walk to, then I think that's what it's going to take. And obviously, walking links all modes. Every trip starts with walking, starts and ends with walking. And then on the smaller scale, as I mentioned, neighborhood projects, linkages, shortcuts, unmet needs. I think that our facilities needs should start with don't block access. That's sort of a baseline. Don't remove barriers.
Denise Beck is here with Metro, talking about bus.
Metro provides bus service throughout the greater Portland area to Portland, Westbrook, Falmouth, and the main mall area of South Portland, with connections to South Portland Bus, Zoom Shuttle Bus, Concord Coach, Amtrak Downeaster, and the Jetport. What I'm mostly going to talk about tonight are some of the promotions and initiatives we have going on in the community.
Carrie Kish is here with Go Maine, talking about car and van pool.
And our mission is to find ways for commuters to get to their work other than driving alone. Those modes are carpools, van pools. We work with our transit friends. We work with our bicycling friends. We work with our pedestrian walking partners. All of those modes together are in our toolkit, as you will, as we go out to employers where the mass of commuters are, as we go out to the individual commuters and market to them. And we've been pretty successful doing that, but there's a whole lot more work to be done.
Jennifer Puser, Deputy Director of Research and Legislation, spoke about actions being taken by the state.
Transportation is the big kind of nut that we need to crack. And at the state level, I think in the next year or two, it's going to be the next big thing that the state focuses on. We've also been working on a new energy efficiency entity that's going to start up in July. So all the energy efficiency work, because that's very cost effective, We've also been focusing on renewable energy. You've been hearing about all the offshore wind projects and legislation that's passed. So I think in the State House, people have been really consumed about the energy efficiency, renewable energy, but this transportation piece has been lurking out there, and that huge piece of energy consumption and our greenhouse gas emissions is still there, and we need to focus a lot more attention on it.
Tony Donovan of the Maine Rail Transit Coalition discussed the importance of alternative methods of transportation.
This is an interesting meeting tonight, put together by a group of Portland-based individuals who are looking at ways of alternative uses of transportation to address some of the critical economic issues and transportation issues we are facing right now in this country, but of course in this state and in the city.
The goal of this forum is to present a shared vision to the participants that really looks at how we work as a community around a shared vision. So how do we work together instead of working against each other to reach our common goals of giving people options outside of being in a car by themselves to get where they need to go.
This is Steve Horowchek reporting for Community Update.